Catherine the Great, Empress of Russia from 1762 until her death in 1796, is perhaps best known for her ambitious domestic reforms and expansionist foreign policies in Europe. However, her role in the American Revolution, though often overshadowed by her actions on the European stage, was nonetheless significant. This article explores Catherine's diplomatic maneuvers and their impact on the course of the American Revolution. Background and motivations. During the American Revolution, Catherine the Great ruled over an expansive Russian empire that stretched from Eastern Europe to the Pacific Ocean. Her primary motivations in dealing with the American colonies were driven by a combination of geopolitical considerations and a desire to assert Russia's influence on the world stage. Catherine's relationship with Britain, a traditional ally of Russia, was complex. While she maintained cordial relations with the British government, Catherine also sought to capitalize on Britain's preoccupation with the American colonies to advance Russia's own interests in Europe and Asia. Moreover, Catherine harbored a deep-seated antipathy towards the British monarchy, viewing it as a symbol of aristocratic tyranny and despotism. Diplomatic maneuvers. Throughout the American Revolution, Catherine the Great pursued a careful diplomatic balancing act, seeking to maintain cordial relations with both Britain and the American colonies while advancing Russia's strategic interests in Europe. To this end, Catherine engaged in a series of diplomatic maneuvers aimed at positioning Russia as a neutral mediator in the conflict and securing favorable trade agreements with both sides. One notable example of Catherine's diplomatic efforts was her correspondence with Benjamin Franklin, the American envoy to France, in which she expressed sympathy for the American cause and offered to mediate peace negotiations between Britain and the colonies. While Catherine's offer ultimately did not lead to formal negotiations, it signaled her willingness to engage with the American rebels and explore diplomatic avenues for ending the conflict. Impact and legacy. Catherine the Great's diplomatic maneuvers during the American Revolution had a limited direct impact on the course of the conflict. However, her efforts to position Russia as a neutral mediator and cultivate relations with the American colonies helped to raise awareness of the American cause in Europe and bolstered American hopes for international recognition and support. Moreover, Catherine's engagement with the American Revolution reflected her broader ambition to assert Russia's influence on the world stage and challenge the hegemony of traditional European powers. By positioning Russia as a neutral arbiter in the conflict, Catherine sought to enhance Russia's reputation as a diplomatic power and expand its sphere of influence beyond the borders of Europe. Conclusion. While Catherine the Great's role in the American Revolution may not be as well known as her domestic reforms or military campaigns in Europe, her diplomatic maneuvers nonetheless had a significant impact on the course of the conflict. Through her careful balancing act and strategic engagement with both Britain and the American colonies, Catherine sought to advance Russia's interests on the world stage and assert its influence in the affairs of the New World. As we reflect on the legacy of the American Revolution, Catherine's diplomatic dance serves as a reminder of the complex web of alliances, interests, and ambitions that shaped the course of history during this pivotal period.